And we're back. Hey, how's it going? It's MSQ time once more. So, I actually have been looking into, Xenogears as well, and man, I really shouldn't have, like, checked out the opening segment of it, because it's awesome. I really want to do it, but I have to figure out a way to actually stream it. I'm fairly certain that I actually purchased the game on, like, PSN back in the day on PS3, but it would be the English version, and so, like, I can't actually stream from there, so I'd have to do an emulator, but, like, that goes with a whole host of problems. But it's incredibly interesting, and as expected, I actually didn't know going into it. I was like, man, I really want to try Xenogears. I've heard really good things about it. I had no idea that it was translated by, fucking Mark Honeywood. And, you know, I said I was gonna treat it like a completely untranslated game if I ever played it, but I did look at, like, a bit of the script, just to see, like, oh, you know, how bad is it? It's horrendous. Like, you really could, in the 90s, you could just have no Japanese knowledge whatsoever, no translation skills, just have a pulse, and parlay that into a full translation career, senior position, making shit up. The Xenogears translation, like, fails in basic grammar constantly. It's very funny. It's not even, like, the hard stuff or anything, it's just, like, this dude had no business being a translator. And how in the fuck did he manage to stay as a translator in the industry? Like, the standards for game translation are just literal rock bottom. It really says a lot. It really goes to explain a lot of things, you know, about the current state of game translation, and especially things that, like, Square Enix. That your big senior translator godfather who taught everybody everything they know just barely spoke Japanese and was already making shit up in his first, like, big translation job. And they just shipped it. It's great. Let me reacquaint myself with what's going on here. What are you doing, man?
機器が暴れはしなかったんだが、作業してる最中に、おかげで進めてた仕事が全部ぶっ飛べんじまった。停電はどうにかやり過ごしたってのに、畜生めが。
Oh yeah, they made, like, a bunch of stuff go haywire. They did, like, a pseudo false flag attack on the people. Yeah. Okay, now I'm remembering.
ひとまず、外の警戒態勢が整ったから、こっちの状況を確認しに、採石場で暴走するホバーカーゴは止められたものの、エレクトローク搬出が遅延して、生産ライン。
Okay, yeah. I remember now.
まずは、傷を癒す魔法から練習するつもりだよ。カリュクスがいつまで猶予をくれるかわからない。
Thank you for stating the name again. I had entirely forgotten. Calyx. Thank you for restating Calyx. Yo, what's up, Exia? I completely forgot this name.
ガバメントの方は、ゴッサンが中心になって動いてくれてる。それと、グルージャが。
Okay.
ラハ君とアルフィノ君は、町の状況確認や、シュトラとアリゼーは、例の病。私は、連絡役として行き来しつつ、人手の足りていない仕事を手伝おうかと思って。あなたは。
Okay.
みん
So, let me, hang on, let me double check what the name of this quest, or the name of this patch is, because I remember this one being important, like... Yeah, in English it's like the promise of tomorrow. Which is wrong. Yeah, it's Asue no Michishirube, which is like the guiding light unto tomorrow. Promise they just like slap in for no apparent reason. The whole like guide thing is quite important. And also they continue to not use the word tomorrow in the English, despite it coming up constantly, being used in the metaphorical sense to mean like the future or a better future in some way. You know, it's not always like a better future, or like, it's more like a future that actually exists versus destruction. Yeah, this is like the Dark Knight's call. Or like, call unto the Dark Knight. In the English, targeted tragedy.
オレオさん、少しいいですか？ここのところアレクサンドリアで起きている問題について、ジオードが情報を整理しておきたいそうです。
Oh, hey, wow, it's almost like these recap lines have purpose or something, because, yeah, I actually do need this. Do you have a moment, Geode was wanting to... summarize or catalog the current issues occurring in Alexandria?
オブリビオンだけで話してしまうと、正確性を欠く話もありそうなので、よければ同席していただけませんか?
If it were simply to be us, members of Oblivion, there might be inaccuracies present, so would you mind joining? Yeah, joining us.
悪いな、時間を取ってもらって、この国がさらされている脅威について、改めて確認させてくれ。
Thanks for taking the time to be here. Okay, let's go over the problems, the threats facing this nation once more.
こちらとしても助かるわ。戦王の葬儀から、ここまでいろいろなことがあったから。
Oh yeah, really, thank you. So much has happened since the, late king's funeral?
ではまず、先のエレクトロープ機器の暴走事件についてです。
Okay, but I do actually remember this. It's like, okay, let's discuss the, haywire electro-machinery incident? Or like, yeah, runaway.
アレクサンドリア全域で突如として機械兵が市民を襲い出し、ホバーカーゴなどの乗り物が制御不能となりました。
Okay, throughout Alexandria, android soldiers suddenly began to attack citizens. And, vehicles such as the hover cargo were unable to be controlled.
暴走は短時間でおのずと収まったものの、死傷者は相当数に上っています。
Although the incident resolved itself relatively quickly, there were considerable casualties.
その後、暴走は落ち着いてるんだよな。
And then, yeah, it's like it hasn't happened again, right?
ええ、現在に至るまで新たな被害報告はありません。ただ、
We haven't received any reports of new incidents or damage, however.
事件が起きた時、僕は武王としての権限で機械兵を止めようとした。でも命令が効かなかったんだ。
While it was happening, I attempted to stop the android soldiers with my authority as warrior king, but my command didn't go through.
制御権が戻った後、とにかく機械兵の武装を解除させたけど、いつまた上書きされちゃうかわからないよ。
After, getting authority back, I figured I should disarm the android soldiers for the time being. After all, we have no idea of when. There's no telling when they, authority might be overwritten again.
武王の権限なんて、ほとんど最上位だろうに。それをまんまと上書いてみせた一連の騒動の首謀者が。
The Warrior King's authority is, effectively the highest command authority possible. Yet whoever's behind this managed to completely override it, you would probably say for that
ア
one.
ルクス、私と同じ、雷光大戦の時代を生きた人だよ。
It's Calyx. Someone who, just like me, lived through the, Thunderbolt War.
彼はエレクトロープを活用した技術開発をしていて、そのための組織としてプリザベーションを立ち上げたの。
He researched electro-up technology, or, developed electro-up technology, and established the organization known as Preservation to, further that work.
当時の彼は病によって余命わずかと言われていて、きっと自身を永久人にすることで、この時代まで活動を続けてきたんだと思う。
Yeah. At the time he was... Yeah, it was said... I don't know if you'd say it was said. He, had very little time to live due to his illness, due to an illness, but... And so, I believe he must have... Or the reason why he's been able to remain in operation this long is because he has made himself into an Eternal.
当初のうちは、雷属性の方による麻痺症状の治療を試みたり、エバーキープの基幹システムを作ったりと、真っ当なことをしていたらしいな。
Early on, he was... early on in his career, he was trying to do, good. Or, proper, decent things. Attempting to treat the paralysis caused by excess lightning ether and developing the, Everkeep's core systems.
そんな奴が、どうして今、市民たちに危害を加える?
So why would somebody like that be harming, causing harm to the citizens now.
カリュクスの気持ちまではわからないけど、彼は今の人のあり方に怒っているみたいだった。
I don't really know what Calyx is thinking, or you really say like how he feels, but it seemed like he was angry or furious about the current state of humanity. This, 人のあり方 is like, yeah, it's like the current state of humanity. Yeah. This is... Ah, man, we're right back in it. I'm back in the building again! We're right back in it. Welcome back. Welcome back, garbage non-trail translations. I do not pretend to fully understand Calyx's motivations, only that he appeared to be incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. Amazing, everything you just said was wrong. It really is, like, it's so tilting. Seeing people just fail at reading comprehension. It's not mankind's failings, it's the current state of humanity. That's not necessarily a failing. He's talking about, like, they're talking about the concept of the way that humanity currently is. Humanity's current form. The state that humanity finds itself in. It's not about failings. It's not about blame. It's like rebelling against nature sort of thing, right? Like the current station.
繁殖都市による種の最適化はとっくに時代遅れだって肉体を捨て永久人として生きることが進化なんだって言ってた。
No, yeah, like, the whole thing here is that everything that Alexandria and Calyx and stuff are doing would be totally awesome if it wasn't just the stupid digital clone thing again. This concept has been explored for, like, nearly a fucking 100 years in sci-fi. And it's like, oh man, if there's like a perfect copy of yourself in a computer somewhere with all of your memories, is that the same as it being you? No. No, it isn't. It's not you anymore. You died. Maybe if you were trying to achieve immortality through a not stupid way, this would be better. God, it's my main problem with the fucking... with Cyberpunk 2077 too. It's like, why are we still using these... Like, this sci-fi plotline was outdated 30 years ago. It was like retro and outdated and dumb. More than 30 years ago. In this case, it makes sense. Like, they didn't have the ability to do really anything else. It's not like this is the end goal. They're just kind of making do with what they've got. But man... And he said that optimization of like species via reproduction and death was outdated. Or like old-fashioned. Then throwing away our, the physical body and becoming eternal is evolution, is progress.
実際、彼は、専王の偽物、シミュラントを使って、 アレクサンドリアの人々に永久人化を持ちかけたわ。
Yeah, and he, using him, imposter, a fake of the imitation of the late king, the simulant. To suggest to the people of Alexandria that they ought to become eternal.
黒いレギュレーターに利用登録をした5000人を確実に永久人にするそうだけれど。
Okay. This is like recap. Black regulators, 5,000 people will become eternals.
加点に過ぎないわ。
Yeah, that's just like a waypoint. Tsukaten. You don't want to just say, like, stepping stone, because it is more like, this is a more modern term, kind of. I don't know, you'd say it's just a checkpoint in his plan? I bet they say, like... Oh yeah, they just say, like, one part of his plan.
世界をつなぐ力の鍵を狙ってる。共造世界からエーテルを吸い上げて、永久人化の規模を拡大するつもりなのよ。
But his aim is the key to the power to connect worlds that you possess. He intends to siphon ether from a mirror, or from the mirror worlds, to expand his or expand the scope of his eternalization process.
カリュクスを止めるには、奴の潜伏先を探し出すしかありません。
Okay, the only way for us to stop Calyx is to find out where he's hiding.
アンダーキープで見つけたターミナルを解析しても、痕跡すら残ってなくて。
However, even after thorough analysis of the terminal we found in the Underkeep, I wasn't able to find anything leading to him.
すみませんが、もうしばらく調査の時間をください。必ず突き止めてみせますので。
I'm sorry, I need a bit more time to look into this, but I promise you I'll find him.
僕も手伝うよ。
Actually, you would say, like, I'll locate him, considering the wording used there. I'll help too. Yay.
じゃあ、グルージャとシェールが決まってる間、俺は街を見回ってくるぜ。
Okay. Yeah, so then, well... Guruja and Shale are giving it their all. I'll go, patrol the city.
問題が起きていないか確認しつつ、カリュクスに繋がりそうな情報がないか調べてみる。おかげさまで、現状の整理できたことだしな。
Okay. We'll see if there's any new problems that have arisen, while also, seeing if I can... I'll look into, seeing if there's any new problems that have arisen, while also, keeping an ear out for any information that could lead us to Calyx. Thank you, all of you. I think we understand what we need to do now.
もし都合がつくなら、あんたも手伝ってくれねえか？また暴走が起きないとも限らないし、戦える仲間はいてくれるだけあり
Okay,
がたい。
he's just saying, like, yeah, if you don't mind, would you be willing to help as well? Things might be another, Electro
私も一緒に行くわ。
runaway incident. Need some people around who can help out in a fight. Gurudos are going as well.
私も今、警備中のオブリビオンと連携しながら、キープ内の別の階層を見回ってくれているそうなの。だから私たちは、ソリューション9から回ってみない？
Okay. Apparently, Daha and the others are, what, on patrol in another level of the keep? Helping out the, helping out Oblivion's, yeah, helping, like, keep the place safe or something. So we're gonna look around Solution High. Oh, thank you.
私はガバメントの連中と会ってくるよ。トライオラへの移住希望者を安全に移送するためにも、イサム連隊を派遣する許可が必要なんだ。
I'm gonna meet with some government people. We need in order to secure safe transport for those wishing to emigrate to Torayora, we need what, authorization to dispatch what, a regiment of the Braves.
その会合にアルフィノとアリ勢も来てくれる予定だから、終わり次第3人で周辺を見回っておくぜ。
Okay, Alfino and Alize are also scheduled to, or planning to attend the meeting as well. Once that's done, the three of us will take a look around the, like, we'll go on patrol nearby. 私もオレオたちの方を手伝ってもいいかな? Okay, so can I help you to play a character?
手がかりを見つけるなら人手は多い方がいい。あんたの覚悟も理解してるつもりだ。
Okay, more people the better. Understood. Yep.
頑張るよ。
Thank you.
ジオード、お前こそ変に浮ついてヘマするなよ。
Hmm? It's like what, Geo, don't get... I don't remember this dude, the context of this guy, what he was like. So I don't really remember what you... what do you mean for this? It's like, what, don't get carried away and... I don't know, just don't get carried away, don't mess things up. I don't know.
へ、次に戻ってきたとき、成果に驚くのは、そっちの方だぜ。そん時は、一杯おごれよ。
Yeah, well, when we get back... You know, like, make you eat those words. You know, when I do, like, first round's on you.
よし、それじゃあ、ネオンスタインを出たところで集合だ。
Okay. But yeah, I really have made a terrible mistake by looking into some of the Xenogears stuff, because I really want to play it now. Like, the opening cutscene is one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. God, it's so cool. It's just like, this game is perfect, it was made for me. And the English is definitely bad enough that you would just ignore it entirely. Yo, what up, Shuya?
そのために私にできることをするんだ。
Hang on. Let me give you guys a little sneak peek if I can. Right, like... Let me see. One moment. Yeah. This won't take very long. So, basically, a bunch of crazy, awesome shit happens at the start of the game. But the first, like, actual gameplay thing you see is the main character of the game in, like, a big-ass mech fighting another big-ass mech. And he, like, knocks it down and it just gets back up, right? And the thing is that this is a really easy Japanese. This is really easy Japanese. It's not even remotely difficult. This is like one of the first lines. These are just, Ittai, nan nanda koitsura wa, taoshite mo, okiyagatte kiyagaru. It's like, what the hell's going on with these things? They just won't stay down. You know, I keep knocking them down, they just keep getting back up. The English. Remember, this is Honeywood. This is the, like, godfather of modern translation. The guy that Koji Fox is like, this is the man who taught me everything that I know. I mean, yeah, it's ancient, so there's script dumps. But, what on earth are you? No matter how often I knock you down, you still get up. You. Koitsura. This is literal JP 101. This is actual Japanese 101. He's having him say koitsura. Why is it written like that? Because Honeywood had no business being a translator. None whatsoever. But genuinely, Japanese to English game translation was such a wasteland then, and it's still such a wasteland now, that all you needed to do was have a pulse, and you could parlay that into a full career. And, like, I've looked down deeper. You know, like, there's, like, at the very beginning of the thing, you know, you're talking to, Faye is talking to this dude Timothy about his, like, wedding, right? Let me see if I can find the line, because it's really funny. It's really funny. But, like, this is just basic Japanese. So, like, I saw this and I'm like, yeah, this game was not translated. Like, this game does not count as translated. Hontoni arigatou, Timoshi. Aruru to 2人できっと幸せになってくれよ。Yona? So, you know, you're talking back and forth about you guys being buddies, and it's like, hey, this line requires, like, a little bit of localization, like, a little bit of knowledge of localization. Because he's saying, like, hey, you two, you know, you go off and be happy together. Right? You hear? But you could very easily do something, considering the tone of the rest of the conversation. You would say something like, you know, really, I'm serious, Timothy, thank you. Like, you and Aruru, I think this is like a nickname. I know you're gonna have a great life together. You know, it's like, it's supposed to be a happy moment, right? There's a little bit like the line kind of blends together in the TL, but then here, like, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Now you and Alice had better live happily ever after. How do you get another translation job after this, man? Japanese to English translation is a wasteland. There are no rules, there are no standards. There never have been. Oh, and the real nail in the coffin was this bit. He's talking with, like, his new brother-in-law, Dan, which, seeing my own name in one of these games is like, it fucks me up a bit. And he's, like, really annoying and a piece of shit, and it's like, man, okay. You know, I feel like I'm taking strays. But, like, after that whole conversation, he goes, you know, 明日にはあいつは兄貴なんだぜ。やれやれど、は。It's like, oh, you know, he's gonna be my brother. You know, he's gonna be my, like, you know, he's gonna be my little brother. He's gonna be my brother-in-law. Eesh. Like, literally, this yare yare would just be like, eesh. Like, just a little shrug of resignation, right? Like, ah, man, what a handful. As of tomorrow, I'm going to be that kid's brother-in-law. Ha, that part isn't going to be no honeymoon. Already he's making shit up. It's perfect. It's every straw man I've ever created. It really is like every single straw man that I have ever constructed against Japanese to English translators came to life and became a real boy. It's so beautiful. It's wonderful. Very poor Japanese comprehension. Like, very poor Japanese. Terrible reading comprehension. Randomly making shit up. So, incompetent, underqualified, no respect for the original, making shit up. Especially considering this dude has the balls to go and give interviews and be like, well, you know, I wasn't really too sure about translating this. Considering the, you know, religious content of it that I didn't understand at all. It's... like, it's just that there are no standards. There have never been standards. The people who set the standards that current people abide by... yeah, that's the other thing. Like, Koji Fox lists Honeywood as, like, his biggest, like, his, you know, like, that's one of his inspirations. That's his mentor. You know, one of his mentors. And he got the job, he got the whole legacy just by being there. And being incompetent, but being willing to do the job. That's it. He has no credentials. None. It really is just that they got whoever they could get, because the... like, who else is gonna translate this niche-ass game? Yeah, he spoke English and kind of almost knew Japanese. And so that somehow makes him a professional translator down the line. But, like, you can already see the philosophy. Like, it's the same philosophy. It is the same translation philosophy of who gives a shit what's actually in the original, I'm just gonna make up stuff. anytime I hit a snag where I'm like, ooh, I don't really know what to do, just make something up. Dude, the Xeno, like, it's really taken everything in me, because I just, like, I watched the original cutscene in Japanese, and I was the most hype I've ever been. They're, like, dropping fucking insane references. Like, hang on, which... Yeah, the game starts with a Japanese translation of I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last, with novel readings for beginning and end. Like... They say, like, Yasaki and Yahate, which is, like, constructed? That's not, like, a real reading event? They're name-dropping fucking Raziel. And, like, the spaceship at the start of the game gets, like, hacked or invaded by some sort of galactic, you know, space entity. And the screens in the command room just start filling with red text bold, "You shall be as gods." Some fucking outer space entity is quoting the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Bro, I'm in. I'm so in. Are we sure that this is not a video game that I somehow made? It's just like in Endwalker when they start popping off with all of the, like, the Play-Doh stuff. It's so much fun. Anyway, back to the actual game at hand. God, it's so much fun.
Ah, 悪い。見回り始めるとしようぜ。
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's get back on patrol. You can just totally ignore this thing that just happened here. It's like, yeah, let's do it. Hey, Gio, you alright? You seem like you're worried about something. Hey, Gio, you okay?
大丈夫だ。少なくとも俺はな。
Yeah. It's like, yeah, or at least I'm okay.
この国の連中は戦王の強い願いによって長い間死から遠ざけられてきた。
The people of this country have been kept so far away from death. But because of the late king's strong or like even desperate wish.
それとついに向き合わなきゃならなくなった
Will.
先、あんなひでえ暴走事件が起きてよ。
And now when they're finally forced to come face to face with it, this horrible tragedy happened.
そりゃ永久人になった方がいいってやつも出てくるよな。
I mean, honestly, if I was going to do... There's so much content in 14 that I would still do before I would do Hildebrand. You know, like all of the job quests. I do need to kind of figure out which ones would be the most interesting. And I need to get every class up to 80, which I don't... Like, there's some classes where doing that is like pulling teeth. Like... fucking... Astro. Yeah, but the problem with, like, Basha and Eureka is that so much of the gameplay is... You know, it's too much gameplay, not enough story. If there was some way in which I could just, like, bypass the gameplay and just get the story... No, I'm aware that it has story, but... I don't actually want to do it. Yeah, it's unfortunate, like... Looking at the Xenogears translation, it's clearly not translated. There's like a fan retranslation project, but then the fan retranslation project said that they're using Honeywood's translation as their like basis, and just kind of updating it with the style guide or like retranslating in parts, and like fixing mistranslations, but like... Honeywood's translation is so bad, why would you even use it? At all? Like, what's the point of referencing it? It's like you just look over at the English, like Honeywood's English translation, like you read the Japanese, you look at Honeywood's translation, you go, huh, look at this guy, that's stupid, and then you just retranslate it. Why even, you could just skip that step. Like, if you're Japanese, if you have enough Japanese... like, comprehension to be able to retranslate the game, why would you look at Honeywood's translation? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, back to the game. It's like, and, you know, well, there's bound to be people who are... Or there are people who think it'd be better to become Eternals.
私もね、そう考えること自体はおかしいことでも悪いことでもないと思うんだ。
Yeah. Well, what? I don't think that... this jitai. It's like, I don't think thinking that in of itself is... you know, strange or wrong, necessarily.
許せないのはカリュクスがみんなの命や心を踏みにじって永久人になる道を選ばせていること。
What's unforgivable is... what Calyx utterly, you know, disregarding the lives and hearts of the people, and what choosing the she's saying like choosing this path for them, basically becoming Eternals. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, forcing them, like, it's compelling them to make the choice, but you'd probably say choosing it for them.
方もどう乗り越えるかもカリュクスが当人以外の誰かが無理やり決めていいことじゃない。
This is a bit of a awkward line to recontextualize, but the general meaning is like, you know, how to face death, how to... what, like, overcome that fear. Like, Calyx... you know, that's not for Calyx to decide. That's... you know, no one should make that decision for anyone else.
私はアレクサンドリアに生きた一人として、この国の行く先を、そこに生きるみんなの手に返したいんだ。
Yeah, what is just another resident of Alexandria? Or it's like as someone who lives in Alexandria, just like all of them, I want the people of this nation to... Yeah, the future of this nation to be given back to the people of it.
うまくやっていけると思うか？俺たち、アレクサンドリアの民は。
And do you really think we can do it? Us, the people of Alexandria.
そう信じさせてくれたのは、君たちだよ。
It's all of you who made me believe that you could.
400年先で目覚めたって、アレクサンドリアの紋章の下で笑って暮らしている人たちがいた。驚いたし、戸惑いもしたけど、嬉しかったんだ。
When I woke up 400 years in the future, and there were still, people living happily. What under the crest of Alexandria? I was shocked and confused, but happy. So very happy.
なるほどな。よし、気合を入れて見回り開始だ。
Alright, let's get to it. Get out on patrol.
いつ戦闘になるともわからねえし、念のため、全員で固まって動く。
あら、
Okay.
その必要はなさそうよ。
He said, like, we don't know if when a fight's gonna break out, we all have to stick together. Kururu's saying, I don't believe that would be necessary.
それは、アンダーキープから持ち帰った魔導書かしら？
Is that a grimoire from Thunderkeep?
うん、私が幼い頃に両親から送られたものなの。守りたいものを守れるようになりなさいって。
It's something my parents gave me when I was young, so that I could protect the things that I cared, held the most
教
dear.
師の先生に教わっていたから、それなりに魔法の心得はあるつもりだよ。
Oh, I was taught by I had a private tutor. I believe I have a decent understanding of magic.
そういうことだから、全員で固まらないで、二手に分かれてもいいと思うが、手がかりを探すのにも、その方が効率的でしょうし。
Okay, so we're just splitting up. It'd be more efficient. Alright then.
じゃあ、そっちの二人で、レクリエーションゾーンの西側を頼むぜ。
Okay, they're going west to the recreation zone. We're going east.
了解よ。見回りが終わったら、トゥルービューの先の広場で落ち合い。
よし、見回りを始めるか。異変がないか確かめつつ、町の連中からも話を聞いてみよ
う。Okay, let's get out on patrol, see if there's anything strange about amiss.
特に
Speak to the people.
様子のやつや、はしゃいでいる様子のやつには、声をかけた方が良さそうだ。何か新しい情報がつかめるといいが。
Okay, it'd be best to speak to anybody who seems, particularly depressed or, chipper? Excited? Maybe we can get some more, information.
懐かしいな。俺も昔、よくここで飲んでたんだぜ。
And it's nostalgic. I used to, like, come here to drink a lot.
手前、普段はそこそこで切り上げてたものの、繁忙期が終わった時や、ナンパが失敗した時なんかは、ベロベロに追いつぶれたもんだ。
Okay, okay. Yeah, since I had, work, I'd normally, take it easy, but, well, when the rush was, like, busy season was over, or, well, when I really messed up trying to, like, pick up a girl, I would come here and just get completely wasted. What a guy.
「中でも一番ひでえ酔い方だったのは、人生最悪だったはずの日に、何も思い出せなくなった時だな。その頃はまだレギュレーターをつけてたんだよ。」
This is like a bunch of layering. It's like... Yeah, that's like the like worst I ever got was like what I'm pretty sure was like the worst day of my life. Can't remember a single thing about it though. You know, back then I was still wearing my regulator.
最初に会ったのもその日だったか。あいつは絶対忘れてるだろうがな。
Yeah. I think that was the first time I met Shale, but she's probably forgotten all about that by now. That's like definitely, right? The zettai. But it's zettai wasureteru darou kana? Nah, you probably go with probably.
てくれるってのか？ありがとな。せんない話ではあるんだが。
Oh, you wanna... You're willing to listen to me? You know, it's... nothing special, but...
放送事件の時、友達が死んだんだよ。乗ってたエアスピナーが急に墜落したとかでさ。
Yeah, it's not really like... nothing special, it's like... what do you even say for this? It's this sort of downplaying, or like light downplaying is characteristic. You might say like, you know, other people have had it worse, or like, you know, everybody's got a story like this these days. Something like that. A friend of mine died when... during the, like, runaway. The air spinner he was riding just crashed out of... Yeah, just crashed all of a sudden.
少し変わり者で、昔からレギュレーターをつけていなかった。最近では、そういう人も珍しくないだろうけどさ。
Yeah. You know, he's a bit of a weird guy, and... You know, he hasn't... You know, ever since, you know, since way back, hasn't worn a regulator, but I guess it's not that uncommon to see people not wearing them these days.
とにかく、あいつはいつか死ぬことを受け入れてて、俺だってそれを理解していたはずなのに、やるせなくて仕方ないんだ。
You know, in any case, he would accepted that he would die someday, and you know, I should have known that too, but you know, it still just, I don't know, it's like it still just hurts.
ねえ、機械兵や乗り物はもう安全なの？この前みたいに暴走しない。
Hey, are the android soldiers and vehicles safe now? They're not gonna go out of control again?
私、不安で仕方なくて、何かの拍子に死んじゃうんじゃないかって、そんなことばかり考えてるんだ。
I'm just so scared, so anxious. I can't. It's like I can't stop thinking about how I might just, you know, like die at any moment or something.
こうなったら永久人ってものになるために何としてでも黒いレギュレーターを手に入れる。他でもないスフェーン様が勧めてくれたんだもん。
I don't think so. Yeah, so, you know, I gotta get one of those black regulators to become eternal, by any means necessary. You know, after all, Sphene herself was the one who suggested it. You know, Sphene herself told us to. Maybe you would say.
何かいいことがあったのかって？
Oh, you wondered if something what good happened to me recently?
先ほど黒いレギュレーターの利用登録をしたんだよ。記憶だけの存在になることに尻込みしていたんだが、いざ登録を終えてみると、実に清々しい気分だ。
Yeah, you know, like, I feel like you should be a bit more nervous about this. Like, actually, I just registered my black regulator. I was a little bit hesitant about being, like, existing as pure memory. But, you know, now that I finished the registration, I feel so, it's like what, like a weight's been taken off my shoulders.
そうそう、利用登録をしたら、今の状況が表示されたよ。上限は5000人だそうだが、もう3800番を超えてた。
Oh yeah. Once I registered, it showed me the, like, current registration status for everybody. Yeah, the limit is 5,000 and there's already been over 3,800.
君も永久人になることを迷っているなら、急いだ方がいい。こんなこと言っちゃなんだが、奪い合いになるかもしれないよ。
Yeah? 奪い合い? Yeah, if you're hesitant about becoming an Eternal, you should really hurry. You should really hurry. You know, I really don't want to say it, but you know, might turn into a real scramble to get for the last, like, handful of slots.
ちょっといいか。ここまで聞いた話
You have a second?
で何かが引っかかってるんだ。バックルームで状況を整理した時には出なかった耳慣れねえ情報があったような。
Something that we've heard here is like bothering me. There's like a bit of unfamiliar information mixed in there. I mean, I would think the soldatsen is probably the important part there. Like, it's gonna be a fight for the slots.
登録者が3800人を超えてるってのは確かに初耳だったな。後で報告を入れておくとして、もう一つ聞き慣れない話がなかったか？
What, was there something else? Oh, I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily the, like, say what, like the people were regulators who died?
そう、それだ。
I mean, not really. I would think, like, there are a lot of casualties, some of which would have had regulators, some of them
少
wouldn't.
し前までほとんどの住民がレギュレーターをつけていたから、そこを気にするって観点がなかった。だが、魂資源の供給を断たれてからは、外すやつも増えている。
Yeah, what, until recently, almost everybody was wearing regulators, so... What, it's like never really been an issue? Like, you know, people have... you know, nobody's even been thinking about taking them off, but since the, what, soul resources were cut off, like the supply of soul resources were cut off, there's more people taking them off.
先の暴走事件の被害者たちがレギュレーターをつけていたかどうか改めて調べてみないか?
Okay, why don't we, let's take another look into whether or not the victims in the, runaway accidents were wearing regulators or not?
話の通りで情報を募ってみようぜ。
Okay. Go to the street to the east? Okay. I mean... I feel like that was already... I don't know, that's like a little bit awkward, honestly, because... Like, yeah, if people actually died, they probably weren't wearing regulators. I kind of figured that would be the case. And also with everything being cut off, the more people would take them off.
私はホバーカーゴで荷物を届ける配達人だったんだぜ。だからこの町の奴らの顔だとか名前だとか結構覚えてる。
Oh yeah, I used to be a delivery man. What, making deliveries on using the hover cargo. So that's why I remember a lot of the names and faces of the people in the city.
してた子供だとか、いつもニコニコしながら声をかけてくれたばあちゃんだとかさ、みんな無事でいてくれりゃいいが。
And what kid who used to get so excited when a package would arrive, or old lady would always greet me with a big smile. I just hope they're all okay.
Konnichiwa. ご機嫌いかがですか? 何かお困りごとがありましたら遠慮なくお申し付けください。
Hello, how are you doing? What, please do not hesitate to ask if there's anything I can do for you. If there's anything you need, please do not hesitate to ask.
先日の事件における被害状況は、ただいまガバメントが全容の把握に努めている最中です。
Okay, the government is currently hard at work to... ascertain the scope of the damages and the recent incident.
範囲を絞ってレクリエーションゾーンの被害状況ならどうだ? 暫定的な数字くらい出ているんじゃないか?
Okay. What about if we were to narrow the scope a bit? What about just in the recreation zone? There's got to be some provisional data going around?
現時点で把握されている同区画での被害者は重軽傷87名、死亡19名。
Okay. As of now, the number of victims in that area is 87 injured, 19 dead.
うち死亡者のレギュレーター装着率は 0% となっております。
Amongst fatalities, the rate of regulator usage was 0%.
"暴走事件で亡くなった方がレギュレーターをつけていたかどうかですか?"
Oh, you're asking if the people who died in the runaway were wearing regulators or not?
私は瓦礫なんかの後片付けを担当しただけで、ご遺体は見ていないんです。
Sorry, I was just, handling clearing the debris. I didn't see any of the bodies.
私が現場に到着した時には、すでに送迎係が運び出してくれた後だったのか、どなたのご遺体もなく。
By the time I arrived on the scene, the bodies had already been taken out by the, valets.
辺りにはどういうわけか白いゴミのようなものが散乱していて、清掃する時に苦心したことを覚えています。私も随分動転していたので、他にこれといったことは。
Though I do remember that there was some white dust around the area, and that it was very difficult to clean up. But I was pretty much shaken up then. I don't remember much else.
オレオ、情報収集はここで一旦切り上げて。もしかしたら
Okay, let's meet back up with Kuru.
想定以上の当たりを落ち合う場所は
Okay, okay.
レビューの先の日。
That was all just summary lines. Like saying, hey, we might have some good information on our hands. Let's go back. Actually, that was a misclick. I wanted to talk to Sven.
つまり、あの事件で亡くなった方は、全員レギュレーターを外していたってこと?
So you're saying that everybody who died in the incident weren't wearing regulators? Yeah, had
まだ
removed the regulators.
それもこの地区だけのものだ。最終的な全容とは必ずしも一致しないだろうが、偶然で済む偏りでもねえ。
God, that's such a... I love the writing in this game, man. 偶然で済む偏りでもねえ。It's still, provisional numbers, and only relating to this particular district, so it might not, match with the completed data, but it's far too skewed to be a coincidence.
レギュレーターをつけていない奴が優先的に狙われていたと考えて間違いないだろう。
I believe it's safe to assume then that those not wearing regulators were being the primary targets?
確かに、私があの時治療した人もレギュレーターをしていなかった。
To think of it, the people I was healing then weren't wearing regulators either. Or the person, rather, singular.
なぜ彼らが狙われてしまったの?
I mean, this seems fairly obvious, but yeah, fair enough. But why were they being targeted? It's a false flag attack to make people go, oh man, if I don't have one of those black regulators, I could just die at any moment. I better get one of those black regulators.
"黒いレギュレーターをつけていないというだけなら、永久人になる気がないのか、なりたいのに手に入らないのか、判断がつかないわよね。
This is a good point from Kurura, but I don't think it actually necessarily matters to the motivation. Right, like, this is a good point, this is good writing, right? But it's like, if the targets were simply not wearing black regulators, then we can't say whether or not they had no intention of becoming eternal or wanted to become eternal but simply couldn't get their hands on a black regulator.
でも、白いレギュレーターさえつけていないとなったら。
But if someone was not wearing even a regular white regulator, then
彼らは魂資源を用いて復活を果たすという旧来のシステムと早々に決別することができた人たち。
That's an interesting way of wording it. 早々に決別. Ah, I love the precision of this game, man. It's so good. It's so good. I want to check this in English, but this is so nuanced. It's like those people were able to quickly separate themselves, or were readily separated themselves from the previous system in which, the previous system of resurrection via soul resources. It's not necessarily saying that they, rejected it or had, a moral opposition to it necessarily, but they readily parted ways with the system. They just went, okay, we're not doing this anymore. This is not the thing that we are doing anymore. Alright, understood. I like that they're saying that instead of, 否定. そのシステムを否定した. Something like that, saying that they rejected it, or anything like that. God damn it. Yeah, of course.
言い換えれば、大なり小なり、死に向かって生きていくことを飲み込めた人たちなのではないかしら。
Yeah, in other words, and also, Dainari Shonari is also a great way of saying this. It's those who have, to some extent, more or less, come to terms with the idea of, living with the knowledge of death. The levels of detail being put in there and the careful wording is all incredibly important, both to establish the actual meaning of the scene and the content, and also really just to establish Kururu as a character, as an academic. Also, why are we doing this? Why are we calling it Neo? Based solely on the lack of a Neo regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desired to become endless, or if they simply failed to acquire one of the limited devices, but those who wear no regulator at all, they have clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. No. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. All of the nuance and measured terminology has been removed. Once again. Everything is flat. Everything is flat. Everything is black and white. Like, we're not saying dai nari shou nari or shini mukatte ikite ita, ikite iku. Nomikometa. None of that. We just jam it to 100%. You know, it's not that they've rejected the system. That actually sets up the, like, villainous nature of Calyx a lot better here. It's not that they necessarily fully rejected the system, it's just that they were, you know, they pretty readily understood and parted ways with the system. They just went, oh, okay. You know, it covers a wider range of motivations. Which is good. That's really good writing. It's something that, like, an actual academic would say. It's, you know, there's going to be, amongst the people who weren't wearing regulators, there's going to be some amount of people who are like, oh yeah, I've been convinced that this was morally incorrect. That this was a, like, immoral thing to be doing. There's going to be some people who go like, well, I'm out of soul resources. If they're not going to give me any more, what's the point of wearing the regulator? Alright, guess I just gotta be more careful. You know, they would maybe go back to it if they could, but for now, what's the point? There are going to be some people who are like, yeah, you know, they're right. We shouldn't be doing this. I've gotta, you know, live my life to the fullest. There's a huge range of reasons why people might not wear the regulators anymore that were being covered by what's being said in the Japanese. And also, it's not in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. It's saying that they're the people who have more or less come to terms with the concept of death in their lives. Yes. It's saying, like, probability. Yeah, the probability, the likelihood that somebody like that would want to become an Eternal would be quite low.
カリュクスは自分の計画に乗らなさそうな人たちを恐怖を煽るための犠牲者に選んだんだ。
So, Calyx would pick those people as the... like, as the victims in his plan to... yeah, incite fear amongst the population. There's no... you didn't have to kill them. Yeah, like, the dakarate here is also important. It's like, that doesn't mean you've gotta kill him. And the whole nation was living in fear and anxiety. I'm sure he would have been able to get, what, 5,000 volunteers without having to do any of that. Without having to go that far.
計画の先を見据えて、より強い恐怖を植え付けたかったのか、他に何か命を奪うべき理由があったのか。
Okay, so it's like, was he perhaps trying to... it's like incite fear to... Or like, you know, incite even greater fear for some purposes beyond his immediate plan. Was there some other need to take their lives? I mean, it's probably he's like harvesting their ether or something, right? Yeah. Your options here are like, what about the dust at the scene? Maybe they did something to the victims.
何かって、もしかして、さっきの清掃人の話か？遺体が見当たらなくて、ゴミだけが残ってたっていう。
What, you're talking about what the... Sprinkle some crack on the crime scene? And like the cleanup sanitation worker or something was saying, that they didn't find any bodies on the scene, but there was... dust.
それと似たような話なら他のところでも聞いたよ。
Oh, wait, I've heard something like that
私たちで
somewhere else.
海兵に襲われかけたエレンビルを助けにアウトスカーツへ行った時、再会した送迎係のマラカイトが、
Okay, okay. The, what, valet Malachite? We went to outskirts to save, what, Aaronville from that android soldier. Remember what they said?
肝心のご遺体が消えていたんです。私が見たのは、襲撃現場に積もったゴミだけ。それも風に吹かれて、散ってしまいました。
Yeah, the body itself disappeared. The body itself was gone. All that I saw, or all that remained, was the, what, dust. It settled at the, what, scene of the attack. Until that too was blown away by the
住
wind.
民たちに話を聞いてみても、誰一人としてご遺体の行方を知らなくて。
And what, speaking with the residents, not a single one of them knew the whereabouts of the body.
ご遺体が見当たらなかったってだけならともかく、白いゴミがあったところまで同じなら偶然とは思えないよ。
Okay, it would be one thing if it was simply the bodies not being found, but the fact that there was white dust present on scene makes me believe it's not a coincidence. Oh yeah, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand? It's such a surprisingly versatile reaction. Okay. So then, let's, we have to investigate whether there was dust found in other areas and look into the true nature of it.
その時そこで何があったのか、カルクスがどうして命まで奪うのか見えてくるかもしれないわ。
Following up on this, we might be able to figure out what happened and why Calix would feel the need to go so far as to take their lives.
大変だよ。居住核周辺の機械兵の制御権が乗っ取られたんだ。もしかしたら、また暴走させられているかもしれない。
Okay. This is bad. The control of the android soldiers around the, what, residential areas, or like the residential pods, has been taken over. They Might be going haywire again.
のみんなにも向かってもらってるんだけど、オレオたちも行けそう？
I've asked, yeah, all members of Oblivion to head out at once. Can you as well? Can you go too?
クソ、手がかりを掴んだ矢先に、居住閣に急ごうぜ。
Yeah, just as we were... just when we got our lead. Let's go. Residential pods. Huh. Okay, that's kind of... Okay, that's sick. No, get away from me. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Is that... Am I crazy or were those two different voices? What happened here? One of the android soldiers came into my apartment. Even though I locked the door. I managed to make it out here, but yeah, that person over there, they shielded me. It doesn't look like it's carrying any weapons. They did say that they were disarmed. Okay, that's a very... That seems like a very unnecessary audition there. Because that's Kitai for like frame, but they're reading it as Karada for body. Like, okay, bro. And yet it still received the orders to attack. So it had nothing to do but use its own body. I'm gonna go take a look. Look around, you handle things here. Yeah, neither of them have regulators on. Is there anyone else in this, in the building here who doesn't wear a regulator? I think, Isadora recently... I don't think Isadora has... Wait, them recently... Oh no, it's the kid. Yeah, that's probably... This seems to be where they were going with this. Oh, damn! Ayake. I'm fine. There's nothing. Please, Isadora. Need your help.
お母さん、しっかりしてよ、お母さん。
Yeah. You can't. This shikari is. You probably say, Mom, come on. Mom. Or like, maybe wake up.
イサドラ。よかった。急車は外れてる。
Yeah. Well, thank goodness it, what, missed her vitals.
ごめんなさい。私がもっと早く来ていれば。
Sorry, if only I had gotten here sooner.
安心して。私が絶対に助けるからね。
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll save her. You would say probably I'll make sure she's okay. This doesn't sound awkward in English. He's not saying Svid, he's still saying, like, you know, lady in the hood, but that, I don't know what you would do for that.
お母さん、ずっとこのままなの。
Oh my god. Yeah, like, looking at the... I just glanced over at the English for this, and they don't have him talk like a kid. It's like, is Mom always going to be like this? Is she going to be like this forever? She's just sleeping. I'm sure she'll wake up soon. Thank goodness.
ありがとう。お母さんの命をつないでくれて。
Thank you so much for... it's not just saving my mom's life, but you're probably safe for saving my mom's life. Yet, like, promise of tomorrow is not the same as Michishirube. It's the guide. That's so tilting. I hate English so much. This is the problem, man. Just knowing English. Fucking... The English language is a goddamn cognito hazard. The mere knowledge of English taints media.
More 大丈夫。
お母さんは僕が動けない時もずっとそばにいてくれて呼びかけてくれたんだ。だから僕もそうする。
こんな時に私まで治療していただいて本当にすみません。
So true. I'm so sorry you had to would look after me too. At a time like this.
駆けつけた仲間がいたはずなんですが、ロビーの方で戦闘があったみたいで、無事でしょうか？
There were others of us here, but yeah, there was a fight in the lobby. I
もしかして住民を
wonder if they're okay.
ていたのって。
Wait, so yeah, the person who shielded the resident and collapsed was, yeah, it was one of those guys. Mirai no sentakushi. Like, choices for the future. Oh, fuck off. They call it the endless choice. Ah.
ロビーの方で人が倒れていたんですか？
You said that someone had collapsed or fallen in the lobby.
ピオンの仲間かもしれません。すぐ安否を確かめに。
Might be a member of Oblivion. I'll go right now to
待って、
make sure they're
まだ安全
okay.
じゃないんだから安静にしてないと。和訳家はここでミロス君と一緒にイサドラの容態を見ていてくれるかな？
Yeah, you haven't recovered, so yeah, stay here and rest. Well, okay, can you let's stay here with Milos and
ロビーの
keep an eye on
私たち
Isadora's condition.
見てくるから。
Okay, we'll go to the lobby
お
to
願いします。
check on them.
皆さんも
Thank you. Please be careful. But it is so incredibly tilting that we've got, like, even if you're playing fully in Japanese, because Japan thinks that English is a super cool language, they're still going to have, like, the English translation teams for games write stuff that ends up in the Japanese version of the game. Like, you're gonna have titles and stuff, and... Ugh.
体どうして？
あの方
Yeah, nah, they're dead. They're dead as shit.
イサドラさんは一命を取り留めたのね。ありがとう、二人とも。
I'm so glad that Isadora survived. Thank you, both of you.
こちらも住人の方の手当てが終わったところよ。
Okay. Teate allowance. Finished treating everyone here.
でも、オブリビオンから犠牲が出てしまった。
But there was a casualty from Oblivion.
やっぱり彼はオブリビオンの体を張って守ってくれたんだね。
So he really was from, you know, a member of Oblivion. He, put his own body on the line to protect them.
本当に申し訳ない。なぜこんなことになったのか、私にもさっぱりで。
I'm so sorry. I don't know how. I don't know how this happened.
ついさっきまで普段通りだったんだ。なのに、急におかしくなりやがった。
The android soldiers were normal just a few minutes ago, but then all of a sudden they just went crazy.
やっぱりカリュクスの命令よね。
And it must have been a order from Calyx.
皆さん無事ですか？和訳家から連絡を受けて。
Are you all right? We got a call from Wayake.
ごめんなさい。私たちが駆けつけた時にはもう。
I'm sorry about the time we got here. He was already.
ジオードさんも心配だ。居住宅の安全を確保したら、すぐに探そう。
I'm worried about Geode. once we're sure that this area is secure, we'll go look for him.
どういうこと？ジオードに何かあったの？
Wait, what do you mean? What happened to Geode?
実は
Something happened to Geode?
からジオードさんと連絡が途絶えたきりなんです。
Yes, well, actually, we lost contact with Geode. Just a little while ago.
ただ、居住区一帯は未だ機械兵の制御権が戻っていないので、住民の安否確認を最優先にしなければと思い。
Okay, but considering that the residential shell or like residential pod haven't been taken. Okay, hang on. I fucking love these lines when I'm trying to like parse a line in Japanese and put it back into English and it just gets scrambled. One second. Okay. We haven't gained the area isn't secure, is basically what they're saying. The area isn't secure. We don't have authority over the like fucking android soldiers here. So we believe that like right now it's our priority to ensure the safety of the residents.
それなら私たちでジオードを探そ
Well, in that case, let's go look for Geode.
う。そうね、オブリビオンはレギュレーター未着用者が多い。さっきの推測が正しければ、彼ら自身が標的とされてしまう可能性もあるわ。
Yeah, and it makes sense that he wouldn't be in contact either if he's busy. It's true, there's many people, members of Oblivion, who don't wear regulators if, like, our previous hypothesis is correct, then... Yeah, I don't know if you would actually say hypothesis for this Cecil. Like, if my guess was correct, then it's possible that they could become targets.
あなたたちには引き続き住民の安否確認をお願いしたいけれど、できるだけ機械兵に見つからないように注意して。
Please, if you can, make sure the residents are safe, but as much as possible, attempt to avoid being detected by the android soldiers. Yourselves.
助かります。では、この通信機を持って行ってください。
Thank you. Please take this, communicator?
我々が付近の仲間と
I don't really like just calling them communicators because it's like,
に傍受されない
ugh.
改良してあります。
We use this to, communicate with nearby, like, fellow Oblivion members nearby. We've modified them to prevent any, prevent Calyx from tapping them. You know, intercepting it.
和訳家も同じものを持っているので、ジオードさんに呼びかけ続けるよう伝えておきます。
Okay, Wayake has one as well. I'll tell her to, keep calling out for, Geode. Please be careful.
ジオードさんは近くを見てくると言っていたわ。この建物。
Yeah, he said he would be... Yeah, he was patrolling around the vicinity.
ジオードさんの捜索。
そちらの住民の方と仲間の遺体のことも、あとは我々が一人でも犠牲者を抑えられるよう 先ほどのミララ族の女性に、後で、お礼を伝えてください。動転した私。
ジオード。
I think that they're probably doing a little pump fake here, right? It's like, oh no, Isadora is gonna die, but actually it was Geode. He was kind of giving off some death flags there. Was saying like, you know, when I get back, you're buying drinks.
まずは居住核を中心に探しましょう。
ジオードの姿は見当たらない。通信機からはやっけん。ジオード、応答してください。
Yeah, Geode's nowhere to seen. You can hear. Well, okay, can be heard through the communicator. Geode, respond, please. Yeah, this is Geode. Respond.
応答はないようだ。
There's no response.
東側を探し。
Look further to the east. We're just gonna find dust. Like, that's gonna be the setup here, is that we're not gonna find his body, we're just gonna find the dust.
反応。なんとかしてやりたい。ジオードの姿は見当たらない。居住核の中だろ
う。Okay, yeah. Can't see him anywhere. Look inside a building. Oh shit! He's not dead yet.
あとはこの辺りだけか。頼む。まだ生きててくれよ。
This last place left, please. Still be alive. Geo, please respond.
俺だ。応答できなくて悪かった。
It's me. Sorry for not answering. Oh, this is every death flag known to man. Geode. Thank goodness you're okay. Where are you?
隣の居住核だ。エントランスにいたやつは片付けた。
What, in the next residential pod over? When I dealt with the, what soldier at the entrance?
2階も見回ったら5、
10. Okay, that was like after I take a look around the second floor, we'll meet back. Dust. What happened? Like dust, do you mean?
ソウルケージで魂どころか肉体のエーテルまで吸い尽くしてやがる。
There. You know, with the soul cage, they're not just. What? Uh-oh. Oh god. Okay, OBS dropped for a second there. But I didn't get disconnected from the server. Oh, thank god. You know, they're not just siphoning their souls into the soul cage, they're also siphoning the ether from their bodies itself.
チリは人だったものの残骸だ。おそらくケージは改造されてる。
That dust is just what's left of those people. They've modified the cages. Shit. Uh-oh. It's just like, I don't know what you really do with that. Just fuck off, almost. Hey, you have to get out of here. This. Okay. We're going really far with the unnecessary autism. That is the kanji for gitai, for like camouflage. But he's saying like, oh, they got me, like they tricked me. Honestly, in English, you would probably just say, like, camouflage, or, I don't know. This is hard. Oh, that's... this is hard. This is really hard to do. Just the... Ato wa tanomu. What do you even say? What do you even say? Because the thing is, you don't want to go with something super lame. You don't want to do something lame. This is a very cool guy way of going out. It's up to you now, but the problem is that that's not really a thing that anybody would ever say in this situation in English. Yeah, nah, it's, I mean, very much so not that, especially considering that this isn't, he's not talking to Shale. But, this is rough. I mean, obviously the meaning is, like, the ato wa tanomu. Is saying, like, you know, you gotta, rest of it is up to you. This is very clearly a death line. Yeah, I wouldn't go with, like, it's been an honor. I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. And he wasn't in the other building. He's gotta be. It's probably. Yeah, there's his gun. Shield, are you here? It's just gonna be the dust. Yeah. It's interesting that there's the one that isn't just freaking out. Indicating that it's like under direct control or something. Oh, you piece of shit. Oh, what a shame. What, I thought I would have been able to get out of here with one more. But with you all here, I guess that's it then. Yeah, I guess I'll have to just give that up. Yeah, what are you doing? Why would you do something this horrible? The necessary ether to create 5,000 Eternals. If it was you, where would you procure it? Yeah, where would you procure it from? What are you talking about? Without the... Yeah, I can't use the... rely on the mirror worlds without the key? Or until I get the key, obtain the key. As such, I have no choice but to use what's... Or it's like to make do with what's close at hand. Oh, the usage of the word kaishu here is very fun. He's using very distant language for this, right? What do you say? Like, you don't want to... I don't know, you might use the word, like, recover, honestly, here. Like, if we can recover 7% of the remaining inhabitants, or, like, the remaining population of the nation as ether... What, 5,000 can be eternalized? At 11%. What, at 11%, we can expect stable operations? Like, yeah, stable operations for the next 800 years? Yeah, they completely fucked this up. They completely fucked this up. It's explicitly using dehumanizing language. The point is the dehumanization. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. No, it's... He's talking about, like, projected measures, and... Like, if we were to recover 7% of the population as ether... Right, that's sort of the important part there.
どうせいずれは朽ちる肉体。永遠の生を選ばない以上、今エーテルに返しても一緒だよ。
Ho ho ho! Oh, shut up. Shut up. You don't understand this. You don't understand this. Okay. It's like, he's saying they're bound to decay anyways. Like, they'll decay over time anyways. But so long as they do not choose eternal life. Yeah, so long as they do not choose eternal life, them being returned to ether now makes no difference. I don't know, you wouldn't say makes no difference, it amounts to, like, the outcome is the same, is probably what you would say. Like, so long as they do not choose eternal life, their outcome remains the same. He's saying, like, they're just gonna die anyways, so... There's no difference. Like, oh, you die, what, right now, or you die 80 years from now, you're still dead. Who cares? Oh wait, that's got some of the next lines that I haven't actually seen in the Japanese yet. I figured I'd yoink those ahead of time. I haven't actually read them. Yeah, I really don't have the time, and have no intention of engaging in pointless combat. You know, with this, body, the outcome is, what the outcome would be obvious. And, yeah, by the way, if I promised I would stop this... If I said that I would stop this, massacre, this slaughter, would you hand over the key? Your options here are, well, you know, take you down and put an end to this, or somebody else will just become your victims. God, that's such a... He's such an asshole. This is great. I figured. I have to say, that was a fairly stupid question. Now then. Yeah, I need to get back to work. After all, it's not... It's quite difficult getting that key, you know, taking that key from you. They've made it very bland in the English. So. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. No, they aren't. He's not saying our, he's talking about them, specifically. He's not including himself in that at all, actually. Like, he's specifically not including himself in that, that's the point. These ones refused the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to Ether now? It really is impressive just how much they've managed to miss the point. What do you mean, the gift of eternal life, or anything like that? The reason why he's working as a villain is because he's not talking like this. He's just making an incredibly factual observation. He's saying they're just going to rot away. You know, they're just going to wither away. So long as they do not choose eternal life, what difference does it make? You know, their end result is the same. He's talking entirely dispassionately. I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you a worthwhile resistance. They're just flattening the way that he talks again. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promised to halt my harvest? Why is he talking like this? The reason why he works is his frank, matter-of-fact way of talking. Like he says, "Chinamini." Like, the reason why this works is that he's just talking to you. He's not doing a villain monologue, he's just talking to you. He's just saying, by the way. Right? Like, he's not acting hostile at all. That's the thing that makes him a good villain. He has absolutely no malice behind the things that he is saying. He's just being very matter-of-fact and just saying, like, yeah, it's nothing really, like, it's nothing personal. Sure, why not? Like, yeah, you know, there's no reason to fight. We already know what's going to go on here. Like, no, I'm not going to fight you. Of course I'm not going to. So he just says, by the way, if I were to say that I would, you know, put an end to this, to the massacre here, would you hand over the key? He's just saying straight up. He's not doing like a big monologue. Would you I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promise to halt my harvest? No, he's just saying like, hey, just to be sure, you know, just so we're on the same page here, if I said I would stop this massacre, would you hand over the key? And then you go, no, absolutely not. And he goes, what was it? It was, daro na? Yeah, he says, oh, it was foolish of me to even ask. Instead of, like, see how much fun that the real line was? The daro na? He's like, I figured. Yeah, that sounds about right. I've got to say, that was a pretty stupid question. Like, really, that's like, I've got to say, that was a pretty stupid question. Like, it was foolish of me to even ask is like a... It's like, that's like an actual villain line, where the... だろうな。我ながら頭の悪い質問だった is like a genuine statement of, yeah, stupid question, I know. You know, gotta ask. I mean, I had to ask, I knew the answer, dumb question. I'll return to my work then, there is much to do if I must take the key by force. No. The whole point is him saying, he's just describing the things that he is doing entirely out in the open. with no embellishment whatsoever. Yeah, you miss all the shots you don't take. Exactly. Just like, alright, I've got to get back to work. You know, getting that, taking that key from you is pretty hard work after all. You know, he's not saying like, oh, if I must take the key by force. He's already established that that's what he's gonna do, and so he's just saying like, yeah, this is really rough. Like, this ain't easy, just so you know. Every time there's one of these dispassionate characters, they completely drop the ball, and they just turn them into generic villains. I will be back in 1 second. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. And also get rid of some of these, like, billion image sources in the OBS scene. But yeah, like, even the first thing from him there, where he just says, oh, I was hoping I would have, could have gotten one more, it's like one more cell, one more body, right? One of those things. He was talking about the little, like, power cell things. But he's not doing like, I was so close, you foiled my plans. He just goes, oh, you're here? Ah, damn. Unlucky. Oh well. Guess I'm not getting as many as I wanted. Sucks. Yeah, like they say, seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short. What is that shit, man? Yeah, wait, they translated the お前たちが切ったからには諦めるしかなさそうだ. They translated that to seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short. This is saying like, now that you're here, I guess I have to give up. Like, I would even go with, oh, well, now that you're here, I suppose, I guess that's that. Right? Like, you compare that to, oh, seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short. He's not ascribing any blame. He's not saying like, how dare you. It's just like, yeah, okay. Checks out. So this dust is...
ゴミとケージを置いていって、それでジオードを返したつもりなの。
Yeah, so it's like that dust and the cage is... What does he think that... But this is him, like, giving Geode back to us.
カルクス、君の計画はおかしいよ。
Ah, this okashi is... Oh, shut up. Why am I looking at Garland Tools? It's like, damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. This is far more interesting than saying, like, oh, damn you. She's saying, like, this isn't right. There's something wrong about this. You might even go with, like, this is insane. I think that's probably what I would go with, like, Calyx, this play of yours, it's insane.
Geode.
Geode.
それでも、永久人になった5000人が、その後幸せに暮らし続けたなら、すべて必要な犠牲だったと言われるんだわ。
I have no idea what, like, where it's getting this junk data from. Hang on. Is it like the OCR region is being weird? Looks like it. Yeah, like, this is the interesting part of this. It's like, but... if those 5,000 people who became immortals were able to live, what, happily, forever... they could say, or one could say, that these were necessary sacrifices.
共造世界からエーテルを奪って、より多くの人が永久人となったなら、それもまた尊い犠牲と呼ばれるのかしらね。
Yeah, they're posing the question. Yeah, and, you know, if they could, what, ether could be taken from the mirror worlds and even more people were able to become, you know, yet more people were able to become Eternals, then, you know, would they call that too, you know, noble, necessary sacrifice?
そんなの
That's...
私だって嫌よ。
Yeah, 私だって嫌よ。I don't like this either.
嫌に決まっているわ。
Of course I don't.
だって私たちはこれが尊い犠牲なんかじゃなくてジオードさんなんだって知っているもの。
Oh, you fuckers. Oh, you completely butchered this. Oh, you completely butchered this. Oh, this is like the worst thing of the day. Man, you can't read. So, what she said here is, we know this isn't some noble sacrifice. It's Geode. Right, she's saying that we know the person personally. We aren't just thinking of them as an abstract sacrifice. They're a person that we know and care about. Notice how Alex is explicitly dehumanizing and using dispassionate, dehumanizing language Whereas Kururu is countering that by humanizing him and not breaking down things into the abstract where you could potentially justify this. Instead, we know only too well there is not noble in this sacrifice. That's not the point. That's not the point at all. It's not, she's not saying like, oh, this isn't a, she's not saying, oh, the sacrifice is not noble. Or anything. She's not necessarily making a argument against the idea of the greater good in terms of immortality versus not. She's saying, fuck that entirely. He's not a statistic. He's not some noble sacrifice we can just write off. He's geode. We knew him. But in the English, they do this. So, like, nothing that Kururu says here in the English makes any sense. Like, so in the English, she, like, poses the question here. Right? Some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection soul in ether allowed for many more endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Not I. Certainly not I. No. No. Not at all. Why is she even bringing this up here if she's just coming to the conclusion there is not noble in this sacrifice? Like, what was the point of even floating the hypothetical then if you're just going to say, nope, it's wrong? That's not the point. She doesn't float the hypothetical and then just go, nope, it's wrong. In the Japanese, she's saying, even if we were to take his argument as actually truth, even if this is the greater good, fuck that. Which is a much more compelling thing to say. She's saying, even if you thought of this as the greater good, even if you thought of it as a necessary sacrifice, he's not a necessary sacrifice, he's geode. You have to be a really good writer to be a good translator. It's, like the concept of steel manning an argument? To propose the strongest version of your opponent's argument and argue against that? And even then, she's not necessarily specifically, like, making a logical argument against it, but rather a explicit refutation of the concept. Saying, like, even if he was somehow right, no, absolutely not. We have to stop this. We have to stop him. We need to find out where Calyx is. And fast. Please. Never give up. Yeah, whatever happens, don't give over that key. We're not going to let Calyx's plan go forward. We're gonna put an end to it right here in Alexandria. Oh my god. No, this is probably something that's going to come up. Like, this is foreshadowing. This is very obvious foreshadowing. What she said was, whatever happens, don't give him the key. Don't hand over the key. Under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession. That's not the same thing. I'm assuming what's going to happen at some point here is that you're going to be faced with, like, a moral quandary where Calyx is going to be like, hey, either you give me the key or I'm going to do super bad thing. And Sphene is saying, no matter what happens, I don't care what happens, don't give him the key. Like, it's probably going to be like, oh, I'm going to kill Sphene if you don't give me the key. And she's going to be like, don't give him the key. I don't care what happens to me, don't give him the key. Right? Something like that is going to occur. There's a reason why they chose that word. It's not letting the key fall into his hands, it's giving him the key. How are you... Like, that's going to happen. It's very obvious foreshadowing.
ジオードさんの銃は私が持ち帰るわ。あなたは刑事
Like, they're priming you for the whole moral quandary thing, especially considering what Kururu just said. Like, that goes contrary to really what Kururu just said. Right? She's like, I don't care if it's the greater good or the right thing to do, it was geode. And so, you know, these two concepts are kind of coming, they're gonna come into a head. They're gonna come to a head there. Right? It's like, wasn't some noble sacrifice? Sphene is probably gonna say something like, you have to you have to sacrifice me for the greater good. And it's like, oh no, you're not, like, we can't let you die. Right? But Sphene specifically says, no matter what happens, don't give him the key. Like, she specifically says to you, onegai, kimi no motsu kagi o zettai ni watasanai de. Whatever you do, don't give him the key. You can't make that passive. You don't understand how anything works. Like, what are memories?
帰ろう、バックルームに。まずは、シェールたちに、ちゃんと。
Let's go back to the back
そう
room.
ね。
We need to tell
林さん
Shale.
には私から声をかけておくわ。
Yo, what up, Patch? Talk to Wayake. Like, if this plays out how I think it does, then, like, reading comprehension is at an all-time low, man.
Geode 僕が機械兵を制御できていれば。
If only I was able to control the androids.
ルージャのせいじゃない。悪いのは全部あいつだよ。
It's not your fault, Guruja. It's all his fault.
どうしてこんな理不尽なことを。
Why would he do something like this?
計画って、私たちは今ここで生きてるのに、命を何だと思ってるの？
Talking about his... saying it's all for his plan. But we're right here. Like, we're here living. You know, here and now. This is like, what does he think life is? But, you know, it's really like, what does he think life is worth?
許せない。カルクスも。
You won't get away with this.
私も。
Yeah, I can't forgive him, Calyx. You know, or myself. You know, saying like, I can't ever do... You know, for being powerless, not being able to do anything. Wait, where are you going?
分かってる。バカな真似はしない。
I'm just going to clear my head. I know, but I'm not going to do anything stupid.
あなたはここで休んでいて。私がノスタルジアさんについているわ。
Just rest here, I'll go with nostalgia.
ありがとうございます。
皆さんとジオードが駆けつけてくれたおかげで被害を最小限に食い止めることができたんです。救われた命が確かにありました。
Yeah, thanks to you and Geode's rapid response, damage was able to be kept to a minimum. Lives were saved.
それに僕たちが掴んだ手がかりと皆さんが持ち帰ってくれた情報を合わせればカリクスの潜伏先がわかるかもしれません。
With the what leads we've gathered alongside the information you've brought to us, we may be able to find out where Calyx is hiding.
けどすみません。
But I'm sorry.
ほんの少しでいいので僕たちに前へ進むための時間をくれませんか？
God. The thing is that the voice actresses for the twins are doing a good job, but goddamn, Chills VA just kills it. That, like, slight vocal tremor. Fuck, they're good. Could you please give us just a little time? It's like, what, until we're ready to move forward?
ジオード。
Oh my god. Wait a second, no. No. No fucking way. This isn't your fault, Volja. The blame lies with Calyx and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy living our lives? What does he even think life is? Oh my god, it's every character who's ever existed.
ウクラマとタチには連絡しておいた。
Okay, got in contact with
は
Lamont.
思うけど、一人で何とかしようなんて考えないことに。
Okay, yeah, don't try and do anything on your own.
消えたのと同じタイミングで他の階層を見回ってきたが、ごく小規模な暴走が突発的に起きているの。
居住核
Yeah, they're collecting ether.
当たっていた残りのこう立て続けに仲間を失って、さすがに参ってしまいますね。
Losing what comrades like this. One after another. It's really hard.
ジオードは
It really is hard.
と私にとって本当に兄のような存在だったんです。
Geode, to me and Soldier, Geode was like a brother to
で
us.
もシェールさんの方が付き合いが長いからもっと辛いと思います。ずっと一緒にいたカフキワさんだって今はもう
It's got to be even harder for Shale, but who's known him for even longer. You know, Kafka was always with them is already
よければシェールさんに声を
okay. So saying, can we go talk to Shale and see how she's doing?
ああ、すみません。ぼーっとしてしまいました。
Oh, sorry for spacing out.
早くカリウクスを追跡しないといけないのに、頭が真っ白になっちゃって情けないですよね。
We need to go after. Yeah, we need to go after Calyx right away, but my mind just went blank. It's pathetic. Is there anything I can do? Yeah, your options are, is there anything I can do to help? Or, you're going to need time to... process? I'm gonna say, is there anything I can do?
あなたもおせっかいですね。でも、ありがとうございます。
I hate this word, I hate this word, I hate this word. It's such a pain in the ass. Osekai is like, saying somebody's a busybody or something like that. I don't know what you would do for this. This is one of those ones where you see the term in Japanese and it just, blanks your mind. For any actual equivalent. Thank you.
悲しい時は吐き出すのが一番だって、カフキワさんもよく言ってたっけ。
Kafka always said when you're down when you feel down, the best thing to do is to let it all out.
気持ちの整理ってことで、今から空の行動のアジトまで、ジオードを弔いに行ってこようと思います。
To help sort out my feelings, I'm going to go down to the abandoned mine shaft, abandoned mine hideout to pay my respects to
あ
Geode.
なたも一緒にどうですか？思い出話に付き合ってほしくて。
Yeah, would you come join me? And to keep me company while I
よかった。
reminisce.
じゃあキープの外に向かいます。歩くにはちょっと遠いんで、エアスピナーで行きましょう。あなたの分も用意しておきました。
I feel like in the present circumstances, this is the last thing that we should be doing, but alright. It's a bit far to walk, so let's go by, air spinner.
通信機器を外してネットワークから隔離してますから。
Okay, thank you for the...
制御を取れないはずです。
Okay, fair enough.
出発
Fair
して
enough.
よければお声掛けください。
Yeah, we've, removed its, like, the communication... like, telecommunication equipment and, isolated it from the network. So, Calic shouldn't be able to take control of it. Let me know when you're ready to go.
行きましょうか。総来島の近くを飛びますから、僕についてきてくださいね。
Okay, she's saying that we're gonna be going close to, like, those, like, power cable tower things, so stay close.
このエアスピナー、ゲノルトが整備してるんですよ。だから性能は申し分ないかと。昔から気がめいった時なんかは、こうやって外を走ることにしてるんです。
Hasiru means, like, going for a ride, in this case.
たまにジオドと競争することもありましたね。
Sometimes I would... What? It's like race against Geode.
悪友みたいなものですから。
Yeah, that's a hard one. It's like, yeah, what, surprising? It's kind of like a...
いつかドームの外も走ってみたいって。
The Akuyu there is like... Like what, it's not really like bad influence, but almost like partners in crime, in a sense, kind of. Like, it's literally the kanji right next to each other are bad and friend. I don't know, you might even go with, like, you know, does that seem kind of surprising? You know, he always was a bad influence, maybe? I don't know.
さて、もう着きますよ。足元に気をつけて降りてくださいね。
It's one of those ones where I understand exactly what they mean. And then trying to put it in English is a pain in the ass.
ふう、ちょっとだけ冷静になれたかな。
Really feel like
オ
I've
ブリビオンの連中
calmed down a bit.
のはオレオさんが初めてなんですよ。
And you're the first person I've ever, ridden with who wasn't, part of Oblivion?
まあ、僕が覚えている限りの話ですけどね。レギュレーターを外す前の記憶は信用できませんから。
Well... Yeah, at least as far as I can remember, I can't really trust my memories from before, like, from when I was, wearing a regulator, before I removed my regulator.
アジトに向かいましょう。今日
Okay, let's go to the hideout. Hope there's no monsters there today. I don't know, this really doesn't feel like filler, it feels more like a reinforcement of the core themes and the...
こんなところに
conflicting philosophies that are on display here. Thank
い
you.
つもなら避けて進めるんですが、たまにこうして奥まで魔物が入り込んでることがあって。
Well, we usually just avoid them, but sometimes monsters make their way inside like this.
強いですね。間近であなたが戦うのを見たのは初めてだったんで、つい見とれちゃいましたよ。
That's not what that means. You really are strong. It's my first time seeing you, fight up close. It's incredible.
それくらい強ければ、なんて、どうも思考がダメですね。今のうちに、アジトに入ってしまいましょう。
I guess Yeah, like, this is very interesting. No, I don't think that they're necessarily... To me, this doesn't come across as trying to make us care about Geode. It's more of a deep dive into Shale and... Like, it really does come down to the lack of translation of the term. Right, like... He wasn't some noble sacrifice, he was Geode. The point of it isn't to make you go like, oh man, I feel so terrible about this Geode guy. It's to go like, here is Calyx saying that their lives have no meaning. They're just gonna die anyway, so they're completely like, there is no difference between somebody dying now and in 60 years when they just die of natural causes anyway, and then they're going, no, here's the actual impact that death has on people. It's not really about him, it's more about Shale and the concept of dealing with death in general. Yeah, and they just didn't translate this line at all either, where he's saying, like, I really shouldn't be thinking things like, you know, if only I was that strong. Let's just get into the hideout, right? Like, they're talking about regret and grief and envy.
これまでも仲間を亡くした時にはよくここで思い出話をしてたんですよ。ジオードとカフキワさんと3人で。
Yeah, whenever we would lose a comrade, we would come back here to reminisce. Yeah, the three of us, Gio, Kafiwa, and me.
一杯どうです？
How about a drink? Yeah, and so it's you're saying like, yeah, let's, you know, a toast to Geode.
あら？お二人ともどうしてここに？
What are the two of you doing here?
やっぱり来た。よかったら一緒におしゃべりでもしませんか？
Oh, you're here. And why not stay and talk? Yeah, stay a while and talk.
では少しだけ。
Just a little. You maybe say like just for a little while.
そういえばうちの組織って数十年前に創設者たちが謎の失踪を遂げた後、カフキワさんが立て直したって聞いてますけど。
What? Oh yeah, I heard that, what, after the What, founders disappeared mysteriously decades ago, Kafka rebuilt. What, Oblivion?
さんとジオードも再建メンバーだったんですよね。そのあたりの話聞かせてくださいよ。
The pink hair cat girl is one of the few Ian dub voices that seem to put in effort. I would just say that I just never... I don't care about dubs. They're never good. There's no such thing as a good dub. Like, recently I looked up the guy who did Asterian's voice in BG3. He did a pretty good job in BG3, but he's done some dub stuff too, and I looked at the dub stuff, it's not very good. But then I looked at his, like, performance in Detroit Become Human, it's really good. And then I looked at the Japanese dub of his character in Detroit Become Human, and it's not very good. It's just, like, the inherent nature of translation and a lack of accuracy in voice direction and all of that just means that dubs are always going to be bad. They're just always going to be worse. Just play in the original. Even in situations where it's like hella close. Right? Like, I'm playing Expedition 33 and I look at the side-by-side between the English and the French, and that's like as close as you can physically get to being developed in parallel, and the French is still better. So, like, I'm just playing that shit in French. Always consume media in its original format. The book is better than the movie. The original is better than the dub. These are laws of reality. The last one there was slightly hyperbole, but you get what I mean. Going across mediums is very different. You and Geode were part of like, what, rebuilding it too, could you? Yeah, tell us what happened then.
興味ありますよね。昔の二人がどんな感じだったかとか。
Yeah, I'm sure you're interested too, right? What they were like back then. Yeah. The thing is, I could totally see.
懐かしい。僕とジオードの出会い自体が再建を始める直前だったんですよ。
I could definitely see people in the English not caring about this, because these characters were not properly characterized. But, like, I like both of these characters. In the Japanese. Like, Shale has been a very memorable and endearing character. Geode was a very interesting character as well. I liked the guy. That really brings me back. I first met Geode right after we started rebuilding Oblivion.
当時の僕はレギュレーターをつけていて、誰か大切な人を亡くしたばかりでした。
At the time, I was still wearing a regulator, and I had just lost someone incredibly important to me.
続けてきたアダプターの仕事も辞めて、バーの接客なんかで適当に日銭を稼いでたんです。
When I quit my job as they say adapter. For, like, but this is like technician. It's like, yeah, I've been doing forever, and was making... It's, like, decent. You know, making, like, a living working at a bar. Oh, god damn it. They're going to make this sound like it's, like, untoward. Yeah, they did. Oh, fuck off. This isn't what that means. Necessarily. Of course they did. Of course they did. I quit a long stint as a tempter to work at a bar of all places. They paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company, in quotes. Bar no sekkyaku does not necessarily mean that. That is not what that means necessarily. That's just like, you could just call that being a server, honestly. Like... Yeah, no, that isn't what that fucking means. This is so tilting. They do this all the time, especially to female characters. They do this so often. You could misread this as that if you're unfamiliar with this concept. Like, they're making it sound like she was a hostess or something. Or like that this was some sort of sex work thing, when it's not. Because of course they fucking did.
So んなある日、客としてやってきたジオードと口論になって、初対面なのになぜか殴り合いの喧嘩に。
殴り合い? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I got into a argument with Geode, who was there as a customer, and it was our first time meeting, but we got into a fist fight. Wait, what? Why?
酔っててさっぱり覚えてないんですよ。まあ、僕もジオードも似た者同士で誰かに当たりたかったんでしょうね。
The reason, well, I was drunk, so I don't really remember, but you know, Geode and I were pretty similar, so it's like, guess we just wanted somebody to what's the term for this? It's like, yeah, to take it out on somebody.
それで、二人してバカみたいにぶっ倒れてたところ、通りがかった妙な機会に思いっきり説教されました。体を大事にしろだの、通行人の邪魔だのって。
Yeah, while we were like sprawled out there. It's like, yeah, while we were like laid out like a, you know, couple of idiots, odd machine came up and started lecturing us. You know, saying that we needed to take better care of ourselves, and we were like, what, being a we're being a public nuisance. Oh, Wow, I can't imagine... like you doing that, anything like that now, Sho.
妙な機械ってもしかしてカフキワさん？
And so that odd machine was... Kafkiwa?
はい。彼女、一通り僕らの世話を焼いた後でこう言ったんですよ。
And it's like after she was... she like took care of us or looked after us and then told us this.
自分はゾラージャの侵攻から外の世界を守りたいんだって。大事な息子が旅する世界が美しいままであってほしい。自暴自棄になるくらいなら手を貸してくれないかって。
That she wanted to protect, the outside world from Zoraja's invasion, that she wanted the world her beloved son was traveling through to stay, a beautiful place. And if we were going to just give up on ourselves, why not lend her a hand instead?
本当衝撃でした。それまで障壁の外のことなんて気にも留めてなかったし、おまけに自分はもう死んでるだなんてめちゃくちゃですよ。
Yeah, okay. This Jibun is referring to Kafkiwa. Yeah, you know, it was a real shock. I hadn't thought at all about what was going on outside the barrier, and... you know, they're telling us that she was already dead. It's just... too much to take in.
けど、僕とジオード
You know, it's just, you know, crazy.
彼女の意志がつなぐ未来を。
Yeah, but Geode and I wanted to see... it's like the Ishi ga tsunogu mirai. I don't know, the future she wanted to make a reality. That's not fully accurate, but good enough for now.
ジオードがよく言ってました。俺はカフキアさんと出会って初めて誰かのことを覚えていたいと思うようになったって。
Geode always used to say that it wasn't until after I met Kafkiwa that I even started wanting to remember people.
言ってましたね、かっこつけて。
Yeah, it's like, yeah, he really did, you know, say that trying to sound all cool.
あ、でもその時点ではまだオブリビオンと名乗ってたわけじゃないんですよね。
Yeah, but it wasn't called Oblivion then yet, or you weren't calling yourselves Oblivion yet, right?
そうだったの？私てっきり。
Wait, really? I thought that...
カフキバさんは最初からかつてのオブリビオンをクルルさんのご両親の意思を引き継ごうとしていたわけではないんですよ。
Yeah, Kafkiwa wasn't setting out from the beginning to carry on the legacy of the, you know, former Oblivion of, you know, your parents.
それどころか存在すら知らなかった。
In fact, we didn't even know it existed.
ただ、その頃からすでに反体制派の存在を予測してはいました。死者の記憶を蘇らせるなんて自然の摂理から外れた行いには必ず異を唱える人がいたはずだって。
But we always suspected... Yosoku. It's like we always suspected, predicted that there would have been opposition Yeah, after all, there must have been people who would object to things that go so against the laws of nature, like bringing back the memories of the dead.
できればと考えて、基幹システムへの不正アクセスの痕跡を探し始めて見つけたんですよ。
We thought we might be able to collaborate with them, or like hoping to collaborate with them. We started looking for any records or traces of unauthorized access into the core systems, and then we found them. Or then we found it.
にある不自然な区画をね。オーナーのメランコリーさんが言うには、店を譲り受けた時から開かずの間だったとか。
Yeah, a unnatural or like strange compartment in the back of Neonstein. Yeah, okay, according the owner, Melancholy said that it's been locked off or sealed off ever since she took over the shop.
それがバックルーム。
And that's the back room.
隠し扉から強引に入ってみたものの、アジトはもぬけの殻でしたけどね。
Yeah, we forced our way through that like hidden door, but the hideout was like completely deserted.
でも設置されていた機器にはオブリビオンと名乗る組織の活動記録が残されていた。それを見て彼らの意思を継ぐことを決めたというわけです。
Yeah, but the in the like equipment left behind, there were records of the organization known as Oblivion, or that called itself Oblivion, and so seeing those, that we decided to carry on their legacy.
私の両親とカフキワさんの思いがそこでつながったのね。
Omoi. Omoi is such a pain in the ass. Well, the thing is that it's not really like the word there for ishi is like dying wish, kind of. You could translate it to legacy. This line is such a pain in the ass. Like, you can't say feelings for omoi, right? It's such a broad word. But also you can't really use will. I can't think of a single word here that actually fits for the meaning. It's like, what? So that's what brought them together? Like, brought together my parents and Kafkiwa? I don't know, that's not necessarily accurate.
シェールさんとジオードだった。
And then, Shale and Geode
もっとも
joined them too.
僕らだけでは力不足だった。あなた方が戦ってくれたからここまで来られたんです。
Yeah, we weren't strong enough to do it alone. The only reason we made it this far is because you fought alongside us. Yeah.
大切な人たちを失うことは苦しいけど、こうして誰かと楽しかった日々を思い出すことは嫌いじゃありません。
Yeah, like this is the point, right? It hurts to lose people to lose those you care about. It's like, yeah, to lose the people you love, but like remembering the happy days you shared together isn't... you don't... this kiraiじゃありません. I don't know, it's like it's not bad or it's nice to remember the happy days you shared.
みんなは記憶の中で笑っていて、孤独を忘れさせてくれる。
Yeah, whenever I remember them, whenever I would think back. When in my memories, they're all smiling and happy. Helps me forget how, like, lonely I am. You know, forget my loneliness.
僕が誰かと生きた記憶は僕だけのもの。生きて前に進むために必要な道しるべなんです。
The word of the day is... 道しるべ. Guide. That's like the name of the patch or something like that. Huh. It's almost like that's why that's like the name of the patch or something like that. It's like, yeah, the memories of, like, the people I shared my life with are mine and mine alone. They're my guiding light to live and keep moving forward. Guiding light. Like, Michishirube, you could do guiding light. Right? Because the word there is like guide, signpost, like guide post. Right? Whereas in English, the equivalent expression of like something that guides your way is usually like a guiding light. And in this context, it's probably totally fine to use it like that. Let's see what they did. Oh, nothing? Oh, we did nothing. Nothing. Give me a story with nothing. Give me a Final Fantasy story. A Final Fantasy story? And hold the themes. And hold the character development. Hey, Lou. Give me a story with nothing. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence and I know they're still with us. Entirely wrong, not at all what she was talking about. But these memories of mine are for me alone, reminders of why I chose to do this and why I'll stay the course. So, where's the story? Give me a story with nothing. Yeah, stay the course means literally nothing.
に戻りましょう。
That's the thing.
ありがとうございました。
That's the thing that these translators do because they're not actual writers. Because none of them have any credentials whatsoever. They can't write. They just use terms that they've heard used in other, like, real stories without understanding their usage. It's like, this is some full-on Chinese room-ass bullshit. I don't think these people passed the Turing test. We need to get back to the mission. Thank you. But, like, in the Japanese, she's talking about the memories, right? She's specifically calling back to the memories. Like, in my memories, they're still, like, happy and smiling. Like, these memories of the, you know, people I've shared my life with are mine and mine alone. They are my, like, guiding light to keep moving forward. The concept, again, of, notice that the reason why they keep, like, personifying almost memories is because we're dealing with the whole Eternals thing, is people who are exclusively memory. It's almost like there's a through line there. They aren't still with us. And notice her saying they're still with us. Why is she saying us instead of me? The point is that she's saying me. They're still with us. These memories are for me alone. Us, me. Make up your mind. You don't understand what anybody is saying at any point ever.
いえ、むしろお礼を言いたいのは私の方です。辛いことには変わりありませんが、少しだけ落ち着きましたから。
Oh, I should be thanking you. It still hurts, but I feel like I've calmed down a bit.
オブリビオンに名を連ねた皆さんのためにも、カリクスの野望を阻止しましょうね。
Ah. Okay, it's like for the sake of everyone in Oblivion, but she's talking about like the old Oblivion and the new Oblivion too. We have to stop Calyx. Let's stop Calyx.
「本当にありがとうございました。あなたのおかげで彼の死と向き合うことができた。
Thank you so much. Thanks to you. It's like what I was able to come to terms. With his death.
それと、今まで気づいてなかったけど、僕は自分で思うよりも仲間が好きだったみたいです。
I hadn't, realized until now, but I really did care about them all more than I
だ
thought.
からこそ悔しい。
And that's why
さて
it hurts.
時間をいただいてしまった分、僕も全力で頑張りますよ。鍵は渡さないし、カリュクスにも落とし前をつけさせる。
Hey, it seems as though we're repeating the whole Kagi wa watasanai thing. This seems like it's being repeated a lot, which would indicate some sort of, like, foreshadowing in which you might be forced to hand over the key, technically of your own volition, or something like that. Okay, I've gotta give it my all. It's like, what, to repay you? We won't hand over the key, and we're going to make Calyx pay.
から もよろしくお願いしますね。僕たちの大切な仲間として。
Yeah, really the thing that's the least surprising is that they changed the statement of her saying, like, I worked at a bar, like, entertaining customers, in the sense of just, like being a server, probably, is really what they meant. Like, being a bartender, kind of working the floor, making sure everybody's having a good time, and made it out to be weird and creepy. Because of course they did. Didn't come across as particularly untoward in the Japanese. Okay, I don't... Ooh. That's a weird-ass verb to use. Here. What, like, creeping through the heart? Or something? I don't know, that's a bit odd. But yeah, I don't really have time to do, like, start up another quest the way, so I guess we're just gonna call it here for right now. I would have liked to keep going for a little bit longer, but I don't want to get, like, midway into a quest and not have a good stopping point. But this is very good. Every time I come back to the Dawn Trail MSQ, I'm like, wow, this is really nice. I don't understand how this is so lowly, like, so poorly reviewed. I mean, I understand, it's because the English is bad, but... it's just so clean. Like... you compare this to fucking Heaven's Word, and god damn. It is night and day. And I'm talking about, like, in the Japanese. It really does make me excited for the next expansion because they clearly know what they're doing. Right? They've got a clear idea for what it is that they are trying to do. They know how to make a Final Fantasy XIV expansion at this point. In terms of the story, at least. People are complaining about the gameplay and the trials and the rating, and I don't care. I don't give a shit about any of that. You could replace the gameplay of this game with Bejeweled and it would not affect my enjoyment. But they know how to make a good story. But yeah, that's gonna do it from me. I will see you all on Wednesday for more Dawn Trail MSQ. Good times, fun times. Peace out.